Welcome to my channel. I found quite interesting Christmas coloring tag on the channel Kirsty Color and Sketch. Of course, I will leave a link to her channel down in the info box, and I decided that this Christmas tag will perfectly match this adorable Christmas picture with gingerbread and matchstick mouse. That's my second page in this book. For the first one, I tried Prismacolor pencils, and I can't say that I was 100% happy how Prismacolors behaved on this paper. Maybe paper was too thin or too soft for such creamy pencils, so everything looked grainy. I had to blend, to burnish, and I spent considerably longer amount of time that I expected. So for my second try for this page with Gingerbread Man, I decided to use slightly harder pencils, and this time I will try colors. Maybe for the next project I will try Arteza or alcohol markers. Apart from color pencils, I also use two uh, chorus pencils. That's a set of children's pencils. They are quite hard and they are nice when you need to blend something, so I will use them today as burnishers and blenders, and they also helped me to add some highlights along the left side of the body of Gingerbread Man. Unfortunately, they don't have any color numbers or names, but two pencils which I used, they are quite similar in color to Cream and Goldenrod from Prismacolor set. And now let's go to this Christmas coloring tag. The first question is, do you prefer to color in Christmas books or to print PDF pictures? Well, if you know me, then you definitely know that I prefer books. I don't know why, but I feel that my printed pictures, they are slightly inferior to my coloring books. I love to look at my finished pictures in coloring books, and my colored pictures which I printed, I store them somewhere on the shelf. Of course, I don't throw them into the trash bin, but I don't know. I simply don't like to have all those separate pictures, and I don't want to spend additional time by thinking how I can bind them. Well, so if I can purchase book, even if I have to borrow with not very good paper, still I prefer books. The only Christmas books which I printed, they were by Tatiana Bagema. I purchased on Etsy a couple of her nice little town, her Santa's Village book, but if you followed my channel, you know that recently I decided that I want to purchase her newest books on paper. So I purchased the newest one, and I think that paper wasn't so bad. At least I tested my Arteza pencils, which I usually use for Bagema pictures, and I think that I will manage to color on this paper. So definitely I think that I will continue to collect Christmas books. The only time when I really love to print them myself is Christmas pictures with a lot of snow. You know that white snow on the white paper, it's complicated to color. So if you print on craft or light gray, light blue, it's much easier to color snow with white Prismacolor pencil. Okay, second question. What art supplies or books are on your Christmas list this year? Well, I don't think that will purchase something myself. First, we have now some problems with delivery here, and then I already collected so many things that I'm quite happy that I can use books and art supplies from my stash. But Santa promised me a set of alcohol ohuhu markers, so I think that I will have some addition to my art supplies this year. I am quite happy that I discovered recently this Matchstick books by Morgan O'Brien. They definitely helped me to get at least a little bit of Christmas spirit. They are quick to color, they are quite adorable, and I think that maybe for the spring season or for summer I will purchase another series from this book, but in January I intend to color still in this Matchstick mouse because there are some pictures where they play snow, when they do other winter things which are not directly connected to Christmas, so I definitely don't need to purchase anything else. Next question is, do you prefer Christmas Eve or Christmas morning? And I definitely prefer Christmas Eve because on Christmas morning everyone is just sleeping after celebration, after spending night with Christmas celebrations, and we usually open our gifts on Christmas Eve, and I do love to give gifts and to receive gifts, of course, and I love to prepare Christmas table, so Christmas dinner. So definitely preparation for Christmas it's a little bit more interesting for me than time after Christmas. Christmas Eve definitely is my favorite time. Question number 4. Do you find yourself adding more sparkle like stickles or confetti on glitter gel pens on your Christmas pages? Well, definitely no. I am not a big fan of such things as glitter, confetti. I quite rarely use my glitter gel pens, maybe for some inscriptions or frames, but I don't use them for coloring. I am not a big fan even of metal pens or acrylic metal paints, so I prefer to create effect of shining or glitter or light halos around fire and candlelights with my pencils or pens. And honestly, I simply don't have such art supplies in my stash because I don't use them frequently. Maybe I need to check my Arteza gouache because it has nice selection of metal paints, but I still don't think that I will find a lot of pictures where I would like to add them. I'm much more interested in learning how to do all these shiny effects with pencils or with markers. Question 5. Who is your favorite artist for Christmas theme pictures? I think that you know the right answer for me, and that's Teresa Goodrich, and especially her Christmas Charm book. I love all her winter books, but for me, Christmas Charm is still the best. I also love Tatiana Pagema, but in Goodrich books there is bigger variety of subjects, and Pagema pictures they are nice, beautiful, adorable, but simply similar one to another. And that's why I decided that Goodrich is my choice number one, Tatiana Pagema is choice number two, and I think that this Morgan O'Brien Christmas mouse will be my third best choice. Well, I do love Christmas pictures from other artists like Clara Markova, for example, but sometimes when I do one page, I feel that okay, I am happy with my result, but I don't want to start this year another Christmas picture from this artist. Recently, I finished Clara Markova page, and it was nice, it was enjoyable, but sometimes because of the huge amount of details, her Christmas designs are a little bit overwhelming. But when I finish one picture in Teresa Goodrich books, I immediately want to start another one, and I think that's a good reason to select her as my number one creator of Christmas pictures. Question 6. Your Christmas heaven. What elements you love to color the most? Well, I think that it's Christmas tree ornaments, various bubbles, snowflakes, garlands. I am not very confident in coloring them, but it's fun to imagine which colors I can use. Quite often, I try to think about my own Christmas ornaments, which I have to find some color inspiration or inspiration in texture, then it's very interesting to try and to show shining of the metals or transparency of the glass on the Christmas balls and other ornaments. I think that I managed to do some nice designs with Christmas tree ornaments. I especially love that poinsettia fairy which I did this year in Goodrich Enchanted Christmas, where there were ornaments which I made from transparent glass with a little bit of lavender, blue and lilac colors. I think that they look quite nice. Question number 7. Your Christmas hell. What you dislike to color on Christmas pictures? Well, and that's definitely pine tree. For several years, my Christmas pine trees, they look quite bald and flat, and it was a nightmare. I never know how to properly do texture of the trees with good shading and with nice texture of all those needles. And only recently, when I started to do really strong contrast between colors on the edges of the branches and colors in the middle, to use a very light green together with a very dark, almost black brown or dark indigo for the shadows between branches, my Christmas tree started to look better. And I also realized for myself that it's very complicated to do realistic looking pine tree without using additional paint or marker when you need to cover those black lines or to add additional texture of needles. It's much easier to use a very thin brush with light green paint or a light green acrylic marker. So when I combined various medias, I started to resolve my problem with pine trees, but still I feel a little bit nervous each time when I need to do pine tree, especially if it takes a big area on the page. With smaller trees, it's easier. I also use a small trick when I am not very happy with shading on my pine tree. I add additional garlands and lamps on it to mask areas which I am not very happy with. Number 8. Do you prefer to have artificial tree at home or real tree? Well, for long years we use only artificial tree. We purchased it many years ago and it's still in perfect state. It's quite high, so I can put on it all my handmade ornaments, and I think that it will serve us for many years ahead. I hope that we will be able to celebrate Christmas with our Christmas tree this year. And if no, then we will have perfect celebration next year. I think that maybe purchasing artificial tree one time and then using it for many years, maybe it's more ecological way. I always feel sorry when after Christmas the next day you can see all those dead trees thrown away from houses. Well, I feel quite unhappy for them, so that's why I selected for myself artificial tree. Number 9. What's your all-time favorite Christmas page you have ever colored? It's a page from Winter Wonderland by Teresa Goodrich. I will put it on the screen. I think that maybe because it's of the classic color combo of green, red and gold, or maybe because I love how I finally managed to show all reflections and highlights from the fireplace, but it still gives me a lot of good memories, a lot of joy when I look at this page. So probably so far this page is my favorite. Number 10. Will you be coloring on Christmas Day? Well, definitely no. I don't know where we will celebrate Christmas because we need to check our schedule of electricity supplies in different parts of Kiev. We have different time of switching on and off our light, so we will check who of our family, friends, family members will have more favorable electricity supply and they will host Christmas party. So I definitely won't bring my art supplies with me. And even if we spend our Christmas day in a relatively dark area, I am sure that we will still enjoy it. Maybe I will color next day, but now we don't have Christmas holidays because of the war, and I think that it's a right thing because all holidays they were limited. Who can work? We have to work, but still, I think that I already did some nice Christmas pictures this December, as they helped me to get nice Christmas spirit. Definitely helped me to start feeling it already. And I decided for myself that if I want to, I will continue to color Christmas pictures even in January. If those Russians think that they will limit amount of Christmas pictures I do because of the limited supply of electric light and because of their bombing, then no, I will have my own long Christmas coloring in January also, because in beginning of December I made huge coloring plans with many nice pictures, and previous years I stopped to color all pictures with Christmas trees, Christmas ornaments, Santas. In January I started to select simple winter pictures. But this time, if I want to continue my Christmas coloring in January, I will allow myself to do it. So maybe Christmas Day no, but next days I will try to color more, especially because I want to do more pictures in this Matchstick mouse, and I still want to do one page with Christmas angel. I want to color that page with Christmas angel when I have good lighting so I can do nice and decent video. If I can't do it in December, then I will color it somewhere in January. Well, I think that it was quite a nice coloring tag. As I said, I will give you a link to Kirsty's channel down in the info box. And now I will try to go and to search other videos and to listen other colorist answers to this tag.